The Lanterns in the Mist, a Hungry Ghost Month story. Have you ever felt, I watched, like the air itself was holding its breath? Let me take you to rural Guangdong, the kind of place where the river runs slow and the fog rolls in thick, swallowing the world in silence. Here, the seventh lunar month is more than just a date on the calendar. It's Hungry Ghost Month, the time when the living and the dead are barely a whisper apart. My friend, Chen Yu, grew up in a village where every shadow had a story. Every year, his family would burn joss paper, light lanterns, and leave plates of rice and pork at the crossroads, offerings for the wandering dead, those who died hungry, angry, or alone. Chen Yu always thought it was just tradition. Until the summer, he turned 16. That year, Chen Yu's cousin Wei came from the city. Wei was all swagger and skepticism, rolling his eyes at every incense stick and paper lantern. On the night of the Hungry Ghost Festival, with the moon hanging low and red, like a warning, Wei grinned and said, "Let's see if your hungry ghosts are real." He dared Chen Yu and their friend Ming to sneak out after midnight to the old temple, the one everyone whispered about, the one even the dogs wouldn't go near. Chen Yu's grandmother, her voice thin as rice paper, caught his sleeve before he left. "Don't go out tonight. The spirits are hungry. Some are angry." But the boys just laughed. Youth is always brave until it isn't. They slipped out, lanterns in hand, hearts thudding with a mix of bravado and dread. The path through the rice fields was slick with dew. Every step was swallowed by the dark. Behind them, the village glowed with lanterns, safe, warm, alive. Ahead, the world was wrong. The air grew thick. The only sound was the distant steady drum from the temple festival, thump, 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 like a heartbeat slowing down. The temple loomed at the edge of the forest. Its roof sagged, doors chained, stone lions grumbling and blind. As they drew near, a sudden wind snuffed out their lantern. The darkness pressed in, cold and absolute. Wei, ever the skeptic, found a loose board and slipped inside. "Come on, scaredy cats," he hissed. Chen Yu and Ming hesitated, but followed, because sometimes fear is less than the fear of being left behind. Inside, the air was stale, sweet with old incense, sour with something else. Moonlight leaked through broken tiles, painting the floor with silver scars. The altar was piled with offerings, moldy rice, melted candles, joss paper burned to ash. Wei laughed, too loud, too sharp. He knocked over a bowl of rice, scattering it across the floor. "See? No ghosts here, just dust and rats." But as the rice hit the ground, the air changed. A chill swept through the room, so cold it hurt. The candle on the altar flickered to life, though no one had touched it. Chen Yu's skin prickled. In the flickering light, he saw movement, shadows, shifting at the edge of sight. Ming's voice was barely a whisper. "Look!" The eyes. On the wall, the painted gods seemed to watch them. Their eyes, once faded and cracked, now glistened, alive. Then, the whispers began. At first, it was just the wind, but then, words, soft, desperate, starving. "We're hungry, so cold." Figures emerged from the shadows, pale, gaunt, faces stretched in silent screams. Eyes black and endless. Their mouths opened wider and wider, as if trying to swallow the light. The hungry ghosts drifted closer, drawn to the spilled rice, to the heat of the living. One reached for Wei, her fingers long, nails broken, skin hanging in tatters. Her voice was like wind through dead leaves. "Why do you disturb us? Where is our offering?" Wei tried to laugh, but the sound died in his throat. Ming was shaking, eyes wide, lips moving in silent prayer. Chen Yu remembered his grandmother's words. If you anger the hungry ghosts, feed them. Show respect, or they'll never let you go. With trembling hands, Chen Yu dug into his pocket. He found a mooncake, half-eaten, wrapped in paper. He knelt, placed it on the altar, and bowed so low his forehead touched the cold stone. Please, forgive us. This is for you. The ghost paused. The air grew still. One by one, they drifted to the altar, their forms flickering, growing fainter as they fed. The woman ghost turned to Chen Yu, her face softening. Just for a moment. You have a kind heart, she whispered. Go before the others wake. The candle blew out. The cold vanished. The boys stumbled out, running through the fields, not daring to look back. Dawn broke, pale and trembling. Back in the village, the boys were silent. Wei, who once mocked the rituals, now burned incense without a word. Ming left extra rice at every doorstep. Chin Yu's grandmother found him at the altar, eyes red, hands shaking as he folded joss paper. She said nothing, just rested a hand on his shoulder. Some things don't need words. Now every Hungry Ghost month, Chen Yu is the first to light lanterns, the first to leave offerings at the crossroads. He never speaks of that night, not really. But sometimes, when the mist rolls in and the drums begin, he feels a chill, like a hand brushing his shoulder. He says, respect the old ways. During Ghost Month, the spirits are closer than you think. If you ever feel a cold wind or hear whispers in the night, leave an offering and never, ever mock the hungry ghosts. If you listen this far, thank you. Have you ever felt something watching you during Ghost Month? Leave your story in the comments. And remember, some don't